Did two men with a trunk get off here by any chance?
Oui?
Which way did they go?
That way, monsieur.
Oh, where are we anyway?
Guise. France. Let me help you, monsieur. There is a taxi out front, and a hotel nearby in Rennes-le-Château.
Appreciate it. Knight. Gabriel Knight. I may not know art, but I like it. Good thing I have all this stuff in my room. You never know when you'll need a dresser. I don't have a damn thing with me. Somebody must have had a note in here or something. Who would wear a white suit in a boat? Who would wear a white suit, period? Looks like an ad for wine. If that's what I think it is, I can die a happy man. Oh, great. Hey, how about some coffee out here, merci? Thanks, buddy.
Gabriel Knight. You wanker.
Mosley? Is that you?
No, it's my evil twin. What the hell are you doing here, Knight?
What am I doing here? What are you doing here?
I'm on vacation. I'm here with the tour group.
What kind of tour group?
You know, the touring kind.
And you guys came here?
Well, it's kind of special, it's a special treasure hunting tour group.
Treasure? What treasure?
Look, read the brochures, okay? I'm not the freaking tour guide.
Jeez, nice to see you too.
So what are you doing here again?
I came to see you.
What?
Sure. I called your number at the post.
Right, of course. I forgot I mentioned it. Well, it's great to see you. Great.
Yeah.
If you want to join a tour, you'll have to talk to Madeline Boothang. She's around here somewhere. And come up to the room later, would you? I'm in room 33.
Sure.
And thanks for surprising me, old pal.
No problem. Are those coffee cups or thimbles? I should have brought my stein. Nothing like choo-choos to help you work up an appetite. Hey, a painting of diners for a dining room. Clever.
You must be Monsieur Knight in room 25. My name is Jean. If there's anything you need, I will be at your service most humbly.
Thanks. Is there anything I should know about the town?
Rennes-le-Château? We have a small town, but a rich history. I suggest Monsieur visit le musée de Saunière. It's just down the road.
You've got a tour group staying here?
Ah, they filled the hotel. We have only the 7 rooms and they have taken every room but your room, monsieur. If I might say, monsieur is most fortunate to get his room. Particularly since he did not make the reservation, n'est-ce pas?
Oh yeah, I'm lucky as all get out. Do you know anything about the tour group, Jean?
No, monsieur. You shall have to speak with the mouth of the horse itself. Mademoiselle Butane is the tour group leader.
I hear there's supposed to be a treasure around here. You know anything about it?
The Chamber of Commerce, they asked me to sound mysterious. But between you and I, Monsieur Knight, I think le trésor is a myth.
A myth?
No offense. I hope you are proving me wrong.
Say, Jean, have you seen 2 men with a large trunk around the hotel? Maybe, checking in?
No, monsieur, but most of the guests arrived last night, oui? And I was, excusez-moi, not on duty. We have a number of gentlemen staying at the hotel. As to their luggage, I cannot say.
Maybe somebody else who works here might have seen the 2 men?
The night clerk is Simone. When she comes on duty this evening, perhaps monsieur could ask her.
There's some kind of book on the desk. These must be the people on the tour group. It's the hotel registry. Well, that's cheerful. Makes me feel right at home. I was peeking at the hotel register. You wouldn't by any chance recall the actual times people checked in, would you?
Monsieur, we are a small hotel. This is why we do not require so precisely the time check-in, the time check-out. I myself might remember, but I was not on duty last night.
There's a guy reading a newspaper in the lounge. Hey, how you doing? My name is Knight, Gabriel Knight.
And I am Emilio Baza.
Emilio. Interesting name. Where are you from, anyway?
The Middle East, originally.
Huh. Hey, you with that tour group by any chance?
I am, yes. Yes, I am.
Nice place, huh? Did you get in last night?
Yes.
Not too late, I hope.
Not late, no.
Did you drive in?
A friend dropped me off. I'm not crazy about flying and owning a vehicle. Such a nuisance.
Are you a treasure hunter, Emilio?
I suppose I am, but riches can be measured in many ways.
Well, that's true enough. So what do you think the treasure is?
Oh, I would not presume to say, Mr. Knight. At least, not out loud.
The window overlooks the parking lot. That's pleasant. I'd rather not. I'm claustrophobic. It's a telephone. They work the same way here in France. Prince James's calling card.
Hello, Stuart's residence?
This is Gabriel Knight calling for Prince James.
Yes, one moment, please.
Mr. Knight? What in God's name is...
I know you must be frantic. Let me explain. Last night, someone came into the bedroom through the window and took your son. I followed them, but I couldn't catch up. They went to the train station and boarded a train for Toulouse. I believe they got out of a little place called Cuiza. I'm still trying to track what happened next.
Cuiza? Near Rennes-le-Château?
Yes, you know it?
Gabriel, thank you very much for informing me. I must think for a moment, please. I'm afraid our investigation of the night visitors will have to be postponed. I'll send down some men to look into the kidnapping.
Wait a minute. What makes you think the night visitors weren't involved?
I don't have time to explain. Keep your eyes open until my men arrive, if you would. I'll send Miss Nakamura along. Oh, and naturally, your travel expenses and the fee we discussed will be taken care of.
Oh, that's not important.
Goodbye, Mr. Knight. Perhaps I will call on you again when I have time for such matters.
Goodbye. Don't mind if I do. Well, hi. You must be Madeleine Bouthane.
Perhaps. Who are you?
Gabriel Knight. You know Mosley from your tour? We go way back.
Ah, I should have recognized the accent.
What accent?
Never mind. So, you know Monsieur Mosley?
Oh, yeah. And I was wondering how much you'd charge me to, kind of hang with the group, given that I'm paying for my own hotel and all.
2,000 francs.
Kind of steep, innit?
This is the price of success. Do you wish to find the treasure or not?
I'll think about it. When did y'all get in?
Last night?
Late?
No. Why do you ask?
Just curious how long it took. You drove it?
Yes, from Toulouse. It's about 2 hours.
Who all came in the van?
Most of the group flew into Toulouse. John Wilkes, Lady Howard, Miss Styles, and your friend, Mosley. Messieurs Kelly and Baza made their own arrangements.
So, what's this tour group do, anyway?
I guide my clients through the facts of the mystery and show them the important locations. From there, they can draw their own conclusions.
Well, how come you're not guiding them right now?
There is a lot to absorb in the town itself, Monsieur Knight. Tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. will be the first guided lecture.
Oh, well, I'll still think about it. So, you're the expert, right? What's your theory about the treasure of Rennes-le-Château?
I leave that to my clients. It is better that way, no?
Must not be a lot of cats around here. Nope, those don't work together. They're closed. I think it's a bookstore. San Grial. Holy Grail. San Grial. Wasn't that what the two men on the train said? Why would they be talking about the Holy Grail? And what does the Grail have to do with Rennes-le-Château? So much for that idea. If I look at it for too long, I'll have to go back up to the room. Museum and church. This place is just jam-packed with culture, isn't it? Don't ask me to pronounce that. Hey, they actually have souvenirs for sale. I'm sure Gracie will be all over it if and when she gets here. I'm assuming she works here. Ah, how are you? You run this place?
Ah oui, yes.
Nice to meet you. The name's Knight.
Very well.
And you are?
Madame Girard. Is there something I can help you with?
There might be. Have you heard a baby crying in the past 24 hours?
I have 3 grandchildren. What do you think?
Say, does the Holy Grail have something to do with this area?
Perhaps.
Uh-huh. And what would the connection be exactly?
Some believe the Templars found sacred Christian treasure in the Holy Land. When they were persecuted, they would have hidden it, n'est-ce pas? It really is not that difficult a leap, monsieur.
Sacred Christian treasure, like the Holy Grail?
Possibly. The most famous Grail story, written by Wolfenbach, was set in Languedoc. Did you know that, monsieur?
Uh-uh.
No, of course you did not.
Is there anything special I should know about the town?
The displays will tell you the history of Rennes-le-Château.
You mentioned Templars, as in the Knights Templars? Were they really from this?
If you wish to know about the Templars, read the history board.
There's supposed to be some kind of treasure buried around here, right?
Yes, that is the theory.
Well, what kind of treasure is it?
That is part of the mystery, monsieur.
Okay, so what are some of the possible treasures?
Gold stores of the Romans, the fabulous wealth of the Visigoths, which was never found, the fabulous wealth of the Merovingians, which was never found. Or it could be the fabulous wealth of the Cathars, which...
Yeah, I gotcha. The Templars too, right?
But of course, they had more fabulous wealth than anyone. Why do you think that French pig dog of a king turned on them?
Aren't you French in this region?
Well, France thinks so.
Any other theories on the possible treasure?
Well, the Romans did destroy the Temple of Jerusalem, stole sacred Hebrew artifacts. Perhaps it is the lost treasure of Jerusalem that is buried around here. And then there is this one theory.
Yes?
Never mind. I am a good Catholic woman myself. Why don't you read up on the subject if you are so very interested?
Say, were you around last night?
I was at home, monsieur.
Oh, you didn't happen to see anyone coming into town, did you? Late? Around 11?
I am well asleep by then. The early bird catches the worm, you know.
Yeah, and what an incentive that is, too. These panels tell the history of the Rennes-le-Château area. Adam and Eve. I never liked that story. Can you imagine there being only one woman on the entire planet? Ooh, God. Hey, he kind of looks like me. Except for the dress part.
My goodness, Estelle, look at this. It's the sacred number of Ra.
You're right, Lily. And look, it says Virgo, Isis.
And Trinus et Eunice.
301, isn't it? Or am I conjugating badly?
Oh, I'm afraid I never had Latin.
Well, I think I'm right. Do you suppose they're referring to Nut, Horus, and Osiris?
They could be referring to God, Jesus, and the Holy Ghost, couldn't they?
Don't be stupid. Anyway, Dr. Wen says it's all the same thing. Or was that Mary, God, and Jesus?
Look at that shape. Wasn't there something like that in Dr. Wen's sacred geometry?
Shh! Do you want to give everything away?
Oh, sorry.
This side tells the story of that Abbé Saunière. It's an angel holding a devil in chains. Odd. I've never seen Satan drawn quite like that. Hey, he kind of looks like me, except for the dress part. I think he's the guy the museum's named after, Saunière. There's a couple of beauteous dames. All right, so I'm feeling generous. Good morning, ladies.
Look, Estelle, the gentleman has come over to introduce himself. Isn't that charming?
Well, I try. The name's Knight. Gabriel Knight.
Yes. How do you do, Mr. Knight? I'm Estelle Stiles, and this is Lady Lily Howard.
Renowned on stage and screen. And now you're thinking, how modest, how petite, and of course, I am Lily.
You wouldn't by any chance be here looking for the Holy Grail, would you?
Ah, but we all seek the Holy Grail.
You mean everyone on the tour?
No, little man. All mankind. The correct question is not, do you seek the Grail, but do you know what the Grail is?
Well, what is it? Are you with the tour group?
He's a sly one, Estelle.
Yes, Mr. Knight, we are.
What about you, dear boy? I thought we'd met everyone this morning.
Oh, I'm a friend of Mosley's.
Ah, well.
Are you all here looking for the treasure?
Well, we can hardly deny it since we're on the tour.
But it's not as though we have a theory, Mr. Knight.
Estelle, you're so subtle.
Oh, yeah? You got a theory? Well, let me hear it.
Is that a note of ridicule I hear? Can it be?
No, I didn't.
Do you think perhaps that only men can have valid theories?
Hardly. It's just the whole idea of a...
Lily.
Are we to take it that you yourself have no theory, sir?
About the treasure? No, I don't.
Methinks he doth protest too much.
It's possible.
It's a letter in French. It's an angel holding a devil in chains. Odd. I've never seen Satan drawn quite like that. Looks like some kind of emblem or seal in Latin. Probably from the church. A bunch of old documents in French. Be still, my heart. Le Hotel.
I've been waiting to get you alone, Maddie. I don't like to brag in front of the others, but I think you're going to be surprised at how this tour turns out. Might bring some fame your way. Help you out.
Are you implying, Monsieur Wilkes, that you intend to find the treasure this trip?
That's right.
You will have my full attention when you do.
You don't believe me? I got this theory, see?
Monsieur Wilkes, everyone has a theory.
Yeah, but they ain't got what I got. You can write that up and take it to the bank.
Really? And what do you have that is so unusual?
Why don't you come by my room tonight and find out? I got this big piece of equipment, see?
Oh, je comprends. However big your equipment, monsieur, I've no doubt seen something very much like it before. Besides, I probably have other plans.
Hi, I don't think we've met. I'm Gabriel Knight.
Knight, eh? Wilkes is the name. John Wilkes.
Australian?
That's right. And you're a Yank.
If you mean American, yeah. But there are certain branches of my family tree that'd shoot you for that one. Are you with the tour?
Yeah, I'm with the tour. Look, I'm all for being friendly like, but my lunch is getting cold.
Oh, sure. We'll talk later. Oh, baby, watching Madeline eat has its moments, but I probably have better things to do. Probably. Hey, Madeline, how's lunch?
Satisfactory, Monsieur Knight. Will you be dining, or are the prices here kinda steep?
Oh, if I get hungry, I'll eat. Don't worry about it.
I will try not to, fret.
Mr. Knight?
There you are, ladies. I greatly appreciate your understanding.
I'm sure you'll be able to repay us somehow, Mr. Bowser, when the time comes. Move along now, Estelle. I really must rest.
Thank you, Mr. Bowser.
Oh, thank you, Miss Styles.
Mosley said his room number was 33, so I guess this one's his. God, how long can it take to dry those 3 or 4 strands of hair? Tourist signs. Wouldn't want anybody getting lost. Woo, that yellow tile certainly makes its presence felt.
Chi è colpevole di questo sacrilegio?
May I be of service, monsieur?
Par ce signe tu le vaincras? Could you tell me what is meant by this?
It means, by this sign shall you conquer it.
It. What is it? The proper phrase is par ce signe tu vaincras. By this sign shall you conquer, meaning naturally the sign of the cross.
I am aware that there's been a slight modification, yes.
To what end? What is the it to which the words refer?
Monsieur, the Abbé Saunière designed this statue. What he meant by this, or by any of the decorations in the church, we can only surmise.
I see. If that is your answer, then you cannot be of service to me. Good day.
Monsieur?
I thought that only American tourists were that rude. Hi, are you with the tour?
Si, signore. And who are you?
My name's Knight. My friend Mosley is on your tour.
Ah, I am Buchelli, Vittorio Buchelli.
Nice to meet you. How'd you like the tour so far?
I am enjoying it. Yes, thank you.
Did you get in late last night, Signor Buccelli?
Signore. Yes, it was quite late.
Did you drive, or...?
I took a train.
Oh, yeah? I came in last night by train. What train were you on?
From Naples.
So, what do you think of the church?
It isn't a church. They should make that clear.
It's not a church?
No, this parish was closed years ago. The building is a tourist attraction, nothing more.
Do you know anything about the Holy Grail being around here?
The Grail is a story, nothing more.
Did you, did you come to look for the treasure?
Treasure? Signori, please.
Oh, you don't think there is a treasure?
I would be very surprised.
Then how come you took the tour?
Well, the history of the area and the fable of the treasure, these interest one, no?
No, not really.
Then why are you here?
Oh, yeah, the history, sure. Signore Buccelli. Italian. I don't have anything else to say to him. What are they looking for? The last virgin in France? What are they looking for? The last virgin... It's Jesus and John the Baptist. They look dusty. Saint Roach. Nice legs. Maybe he's the patron saint of Gillette. Never mind. He's being crucified. The soldiers take Jesus' clothes and throw dice for him. I remember that one. These really remind me of Gran. I should give her a call as soon as we get back to Rittersburg. Sermon on the Mount, maybe? Mary Magdalene. What a babe, huh? He's removed from the cross. I never did like these things, even way back when. Creeps me out. Then again, I suppose that's the point. Stained glass. It's a bit too Victorian for my taste, but Gracie loves the stuff. St. Anthony of Padua. And there's a kid coming out of a book. Scary. Almost enough to make you never pick up a book again. Jesus is taken to the tomb. Saint Germain. Never heard of her. Maybe she's the saint of relativity. Get it? Germain. Relative. Oh, never mind. Still on the way to the crucifixion. Jesus and some women. Magdalene's probably one of them. Saint Anthony the Hermit. There's a fun-loving guy. Jesus carrying the cross. Jesus falls for the first time. They didn't wear much in those days, did they? I remember these stations of the cross from my catechism classes. This one shows Jesus with Pilate. He looks like a math teacher I had once, which explains why I never liked math. Hey, how are you? The name's Knight.
Good afternoon, Mr. Knight.
Are you the priest here, or...
People call me the Abbé, yes. The name's Arnaud. Abbé Arnaud.
This is quite a place. I haven't seen many churches this, colorful.
I assure you, it is unique. St. Mary Magdalene's is quite ancient, but Abbé Saunière restored it in the 1890s. It is his spirit you see around you.
Huh. Nice. You don't see churches dedicated to Mary Magdalene very often.
Ah, but the Magdalene cult was quite strong in the old days, particularly in this part of the world.
Oh, yeah? Why's that?
The Magdalene journeyed to the south of France after the death of Jesus. She lived here for many years. In fact, you can visit her remains at a church near Marseille.
Ah, I had no idea. The Holy Grail has been linked to this area, is that right?
The connection is nearly as old as the Grail legend itself. What have you read on the subject?
Not much. Arthurian legends aren't really my thing. But it's supposed to be a cup that contained the blood of Christ, isn't it?
A vessel that contains the blood of Christ, yes.
Do you think the Holy Grail is behind the treasure of Rennes-le-Château?
It is possible.
Do you know of anyone in this area that has a particular interest in the Grail?
Besides myself? No one that I can think of. Of course, the treasure seekers who visit the valley are often interested in the Grail.
What do you mean by the Magdalene cult?
A cult of devotion. It's still quite strong in this area, despite the best efforts of the Catholic Church. Did you know that most of the famous Black Madonna images were not images of the Virgin Mary at all, but of the Magdalene? The church wanted to downplay the role of Mary Magdalene, so they called her a prostitute and insisted that all the Black Madonnas were really the Virgin Mary.
But the Black Madonnas usually show a mother and child, don't they? If the woman's Mary Magdalene, who's the child?
Excellent question, Mr. Knight.
Do you know much about the Templars?
I know the basic history. There are a few Templars buried in the cemetery, no? But, yes. I think I'll refer you to a young scholar staying in the house near the Château de Blanchefort. His name is Larry Chester. He says he's working on a Templar book.
Okay, thanks.
And let me know if he's helpful at all, will you?
Sure. Do you think that there's a treasure around here?
Of course there's a treasure, but it will not be found by just anyone. Let those who have ears hear.
Right. They got brochures, but they're in French. Fuel for the flock. Trinkets for the Trinity. Hey, I got enough sins already, thanks. Mary Magdalene in some kind of a cave. A skull, a book, and a cross made from a tree with living branches. Madonna and Child. It's kind of a Catholic thing. It's Joseph holding the infant Jesus. The Magdalene washing Jesus' feet. They just don't make women like that anymore. It's a big pulpit kind of a thing. He was in the church a minute ago. Maybe religious debate gives him an appetite. I just talked to him in the church. It's those two British chicks from the museum. Hi, ladies.
Good afternoon, Mr. Knight.
Mr. Knight?
How's lunch?
It's really quite good. Don't let the staff hear you say that. A bit of complaining keeps them on their toes. Lily, you know it's true, darling.
Thanks for the advice. Pottery? What's up with that? Two lonely guys in hats. Nice legs.
All right, you hairball. What are you really doing here? You didn't know anything about my tree.
I'll tell ya. Don't worry about it. What about you? Since when do you take European tours?
Hey, You don't know everything about me.
Apparently not.
Anyway, I was here first. So what's your excuse?
Have you heard a baby crying since you've arrived?
A baby? What the hell are you talking about, Knight? I ain't heard no baby.
Yeah, some rustic scene. God, is he still wearing that gold blazer? I can't believe it hasn't fallen to shreds by now. Must be all those tough polyester fibers. All right, this is what happened. A couple of weeks ago, Grace and I got this invitation in the mail. I was passed out for a while. I'm not even sure how long. When I got up, we were at the Kauaiza station. The conductor saw the two men get off. They've got to be around here somewhere.
Wow, this is really interesting.
Well, I'm glad you appreciate it.
So what's all this about, vampires? Or did I hear something funny?
Nothing funny about it. The night visitors, Prince James calls them, but they take blood. Sounds like vampires to me.
Oh, you don't believe in that crap, do you?
Mose, you have no idea.
Well, the kidnappers are real enough. So what are you gonna do?
I'm gonna figure out what's going on, that's what. First of all, there's your tour group.
I think you're swinging at an empty plate there.
Y'all got in last night, didn't you? Maybe one of you was on that train. Or maybe someone in your little group is here for a handoff of the kid. It'd be the perfect cover story.
You're right. It's possible.
Or maybe not. Which is why I gotta go check out the area too, soon as I get some wheels.
So this is a real Schottenjäger case, huh? What's going on with that whole thing? And, what about Grace?
I'll tell you. Don't rush me. Shh.
What are you doing?
Oh, nothing. I'm gonna go.
Okay, come back later if you want.
Cool table. Check out those lines. Guess Amelia was thirsty. Hey, bud.
Now what?
Just wanted to finish our conversation. Gracie's doing fine since you asked.
A bit. Huh? Come on. The two of you alone in the Alps.
We're not sleeping together.
What? Did he get chewed off in your last case or what?
Oh, I don't know. We've come close a couple of times, but I get all freaked out or something.
You're starting to worry me, bud.
Look, Gracie's a doll, but she's living with me. If I slept with her and then I changed my mind, what would I do? Throw her out?
Why don't you just marry her, Knight?
Oh, God.
I forgot. You're allergic.
Even if I did want to get married, I'm not sure it would be Gracie. She's like a chair, you know? Say you see this really great chair, and you like the chair, and your mother likes the chair, and everyone says you should buy the chair. But you know that if you take it home, everything else would have to go. You know, like the chair is Louis XIV and the rest of your place is IKEA.
Well, Bud, I hate to say it, but you better start cooking or get out of the kitchen. 'Cause you keep farting around and somebody might just beat you to it.
Mose, do you know anything about the Holy Grail?
Holy Grail? No, not really. Why? What do you know about the Holy Grail?
Me? Not much. About this Schottenjäger thing. You know, we had that big case last year.
Yeah, I seen your book, The Brutal Beast. God, what a sick freaking mind you got.
Yeah. Anyway, since then, Grace and Gerda have been getting all organized on me. Gracie even did this computer program called Sydney. It's supposed to help when we're in the field. Of course, I'll never use it, but I can't tell her that.
Uh-huh. And I've noticed you're looking a little toned there, huh? Huh?
Yeah, I've been working out. Grace says I need to be in shape to chase the bad guys. I point to you as an example in the contrary. Then she points out that you never get the bad guys.
Oh, ha. Glad to see you haven't lost your butt-stupid sense of humor. So, did you ever find out how your family got into this whole thing in the first place?
No. The journals go way back to 900 AD, and it looks like it was an old family tradition even then. I don't know. Grace found a few other groups of shadow hunters, and they seem pretty decent. There's a whole ashram in India where they train monks for this kind of thing. Grace has been bugging me about going.
Why don't you?
Shit. I'm not a Lost Horizons kind of guy.
I see what you mean. Well, no point getting all serious about it.
Screw you, mostly. So, how'd you find out about this tour anyway?
I read about it in a travel magazine.
A travel magazine? Since when do you read travel magazines?
What? Like you're the only one that can go running off to Europe? I'm pretty cosmopolitan myself, you know.
Cosmopolitan is more like it.
Oh, ha. Why don't you go write some dialogue, smartass? Get it out of your system.
So, what about the treasure of Rennes-le-Château? You have a theory?
Not really.
Madeline says everybody has a theory.
Oh, that Madeline. Whew. Oh, what a babe, huh?
Yeah. Wait a minute. You never said what you think about the treasure. Is that why you came? To find the treasure?
I don't know about that. Find out about it, maybe. Sure, it seemed like a lark.
But what do you...
Speaking of Madeline, now, don't you just love that kind of tough girl thing she's got going? Man, whew.
I wasn't speaking about Madeline. I was talking about the treasure.
Oh, nice area though, isn't it?
Now, you didn't see the kidnappers in the area last night, did you?
Now, the guys you saw on the train both had long hair pulled back in ponytails, and they had this trunk with air holes. Nope, haven't seen anything like that since I got here.
I can't think of anything to talk to Mose about at the moment. Unfortunately, the poor guy looks exactly the same. Looks like something Mosley would put up at home, too. Hey, the man's a pig. What can I say? That's probably the bathroom in there. I'm gonna take off. You want to look around with me this afternoon?
This afternoon? Nah, I got some things to do.
What could you have to do? You're on vacation.
I brought some work with me. Yeah, you know, a cop's work is never done.
Never started even.
Oh, by the way, would you mind not mentioning to anyone that I'm a cop?
What?
People just get kind of weird. You know, I want to be an average Joe for once. Come on.
Mose, I've got news for you. You can't get any more average.
Not.
All right. Mum's the word.
Thanks. See you around?
Yeah. See ya. Hey, free food. Buzzers for the hotel rooms. Gee, talk about high tech.